Finally back from the food coma that is Thanksgiving. And we got a dub from the Panthers. Now we got to face the Colts at home. Can we get the dub? Get in here. Welcome to Front of Cheap Seats. Hey, welcome. Glad to have you. I'm your host, Bonafide, and this is From the Cheap Seats, the show where we preview and recap all of the action from this season for the Tennessee Titans. So, we got the Colts coming to Nashville, so let's not waste any more time. Let's talk about it. So, the Colts are making their way down to Vegas for this second go-around against the Tennessee Titans. Now, this team looks similar, but they're really different. I mean, when we first played them, AR-15 was there. Jonathan Taylor was just now getting back from his little deal that he signed with Jim Irsay after Jim Irsay said he wasn't worth the money. It's not my problem. They're Colts. But, well, now that team looks different. AR is out with a shoulder injury that took him out for the entire season. Had to have surgery on it, so he's no longer a factor. And Jonathan Taylor this past week hurt his thumb, and now he's going to be out for this game. He's not playing this game. So now you got Minshew at QB1. You got Zach Moss. I think he's still a backup running back. That Zach Moss that ran for like a bajillion yards against us the last time we played him in Indy. So the team looks the same, but they're kind of different. I mean, they're 6-5 right now, so they're still they're over 500, so they still kind of got some positive things going. And this thing too, Shaq Leonard is no longer there. Yes, their middle linebacker that had been there for quite some time. He was released a couple of weeks ago. He was put on waivers. I don't even know if he signed with the team. I know he was visiting a couple of teams, but I don't think he signed with anything. I would have picked him up and gave him a little, test drive to see how he was. But, hey, that's why I'm not a GM, because I'd be picking up everybody. Household name pop up. I want them on my team no matter the cost. Like I'm saying, our team is a little bit different too. We don't have Tannehill at the helm anymore. It's Will's Levis season. So he's QB1. So little things, our offensive line, we've been shuffling that. So it looks a little bit different than it was last time. So, even on the defensive side, I don't think we had Tart last time we played them. And, it was apparent that the rush defense wasn't as good as it could have been in that regards. The more things are different, the more things stay the same. We still got Christian Fulton at cornerback, and that boy was getting cooked last game when we played against the Colts. Josh Downs had like a career day in that regard. So I don't know. It's really kind of hard to tell, because when you play a team multiple times throughout the year, you kind of learn their tendencies, things like that. But we've changed enough that we may look a little bit different. Now, I don't know how much of that will have an impact on this game. Now, I don't think we are out of playoff contention. I think we got like a 1.3% chance to be in the playoffs, which is basically zero. But if we want to continue to have a shot or a chance to be in, we need to win this game. This, if we lose it, it's definitely going to be a nail in the coffin, and then we're going to start looking towards the NFL draft and what's coming up. But, some people have started looking at that, but I haven't yet. I'm still holding out hope. And if we win this game, it might be a case. Now, we're undefeated at home. I think we're 5. We're 4-0 now at home. So, who knows? Can we keep this momentum going and keep this game going? Now, who's in and who's out? So it looks like the only thing we need to really be alarmed about here in a sense, and it's a pretty big thing, is the ankle of Will Levis. Now, we saw some practice tape on Wednesday, where he was limping through those things. Like it was weird to see that, because it's like, hey, we know you're obviously hurt, but why do you have him going through these drills? But he was favoring that ankle, but now, he's listed on Thursday's injury report. He was listed as a full participant. He wasn't limited, things like that. I don't think he's not going to play. So I'm not worried about that, but it's just something to keep an eye on. in any regards. We'll see what happens when Vrabel kind of announces who's in and who's out this Friday. So keep an eye on that. Looks like Treylon Burks is headed back to playing. He's getting through concussion protocol. He practiced both days and things like that. But is he going to do anything? He comes off concussion protocol. Oh well. So, but for the Colts, like I said before, Taylor is going to be out, but Buckner, DeForest Buckner, one of their premier defensive players, he was a limited participant this past week, so with a shoulder, so he might be something to look for. That would even, that'll open up doors for Spears and Derek if he's not in there. So, yeah, definitely something to watch out for. So keep your eye on the injury report. So. Here we go again. Like I said, we're facing the Colts at home, and this is what it is. It's the division game. And for the most part, this is the same team that we more or less that beat us in week 5. But like I said, we look different. Wheeler's at the helm. The offensive line is looking different. We got, Jalen Duncan has come from rookie to now the starting left tackle for us. And, like I said, we kind of need this game because we're 0-2 in divisional play. And with this game coming up. Now, currently, like I said before, we have a 1.3% chance of making the playoffs, which is like basically a 0% chance. But stranger things have happened. Remember last season, we were even after that 7-game losing streak that we were on, we were in a win and you're in scenario with the Jaguars. Now, this is not the same case as it is this year, but the next 5 games have us playing the Dolphins. We play the Texans twice. We're 2 divisional games. We play the Seahawks, and then we play the Jags one more time to wrap up the season. So now I don't see us going on a 5-game winning streak. So you're not gonna hear that from me. I'm not gonna blow smoke up your butt. I don't think we're going on a 5-game winning. That Dolphin game scares me because I just feel like Tua, if he's on target, that game is going to light us up. They have too much speed, but we'll talk about that when we play them, which is on a Monday night. But like I said, stranger things have happened. You never know. I've jokingly made a comment in the group chat. I said, if we win this Colts game, we're going to the playoffs. Somehow, some way, we will end up in the playoffs right now. But that's not really what we're looking for in this particular. What we're looking at is continue to look at developmental reps for Will Levis and for Jalen Duncan. Because there was a stat that came out also this week that says that we have played the most rookies out of any team in the NFL this season, which it's a double-edged sword. I think Easton Freed said it was a double-edged sword because you're getting those developmental reps for the rookies, but if you're playing a lot of rookies, you're probably not winning a lot of games. So, it is what it is. But we want to see those developmental reps and see what they can put together, see how Will kind of works through the injury in that regard. So, I at least want the game to be watchable, I don't want it to be a blowout. Well, I do want it to be a blowout if we blow the Colts out, but I don't want it to be the other way. I don't want the Colts to blow us out. So let's talk about this as I wrap this segment up. It's like, so the divisional game, it's a divisional game against a familiar opponent at home, and they're missing a few key players. Like on paper, it looks like it's a winnable game. It looks like you should dominate this team. Looks like we should be the favorite, and we're not. And like I said, we all know what that means. It's going to be anything but an easy game. I mean, shoot, I was watching the Panthers game last week, and I was sweating it out because I wasn't sure if we were going to let the Panthers come back and either tie it up and go into OT. Thank goodness Frank Wright can't call an offense, and he called a screen on 4th and 6. So yeah, but I was sweating that game out. So this one is definitely going to have it's going to be anything but easy. What I think we need to do is we need to force Minshew into making mistakes that get us turnovers, so we can have a short field, so we can operate within our offense like that. We were able to frustrate Bryce Young last game, but I mean the Panthers are terrible. The Panthers made us look like a functioning football team. And if you've been watching this channel and if you've been watching these games, that's probably fugazi, as they say. That's kind of some fugazi we saw there. So, but if we can frustrate Minshew into making some turnovers and we can capitalize on that, then hey, we could win this game. So my prediction is that, hey, man, we're at home and we do pretty good when we're at the house. I think Will Levis continues to solidify his roster spot for next season as QB1. And, you know, with the two passing TDs, maybe one to Chig, maybe one to NWI. Derek, you know, they lean on Derek once we get those 2 touchdowns and he gets over 100 yards. He might sneak in the end zone. He got 2 touchdowns last week and he almost had 100 yards, so maybe sneak in. And I think we get the win against the Colts. I think we get. Like I said, I think we get the win. We beat them 24-17. Who knows? Hey, this we could be stringing some wins together, baby. You never know. But if you made it this far, thank you so much. Make sure you tune into the next episode where we're going to recap this Colts game and we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. And don't forget, we're in the middle of our road to 1K giveaway, where once we hit 1,000 subscribers, we will be giving away a Nike throwback Oilers jersey. Yes, an Oilers jersey to one of our lucky subscribers. So don't forget to like, comment, and share the channel with your fellow Titans fans on your Facebook, on your Twitter, X, on your Instagram. Take a screenshot of my ugly mug and put it. You know what? I do got the good face. So take a screenshot of this beautiful face, not ugly mug, beautiful face, and put it on your Instagram and tell people to follow us. And like I always say, we got plenty of room in the section for us all. So until after this Colts game, tighten up.